Hey everybody, this is Melody Fletcher with Deliberate Receiving, and this is another Law of Attraction video. Today I'd like to talk to you about anger. I think anger is one of the most important, one of the most suppressed, but an incredibly healing emotion. And here's why I say that. Anger results from powerlessness, a feeling of powerlessness. So when you feel trapped in a situation, when you feel like you have no control over your life, over something, when you feel depressed, when you feel like it's all your fault, you are in essence turning away 180 degrees from who you really are. Who you really are, your soul, your higher self, knows that you are absolutely 100% worthy. You're an infinitely powerful being. And so when you feel like you are powerless, you're turning completely and totally away from who you really are. And so nothing feels worse than that. The emotion that takes you out of that, because, if you're in this really low frequency, really low vibration, you need to work your way up that vibrational scale in order to get to joy. You don't have access to joy or happiness from depression and powerlessness. The emotion that takes you out of that is anger. And that's because when you feel powerless, you basically say, there's something wrong with me. I'm broken. It's my fault. And the way out of that is to take your view off of yourself and put it on somebody else or the world in general or society and say, no, maybe I'm not broken. Maybe it's not my fault. Maybe it's your fault or it's that guy's fault. Okay? It is a progression out of that. Now, you don't want to get stuck in there. You don't want to end up there. But it is the phase that you have to get through to get to the better feeling emotions. So anger is a very natural emotion that results from feeling powerlessness. And if we allow ourselves, if we don't get our own way, if we allow ourselves to get angry and to move through anger, basically what happens is you feel powerless, you have a response, anger takes you out of it, gets you some of that power back, and then you move through anger into frustration, into boredom, into contentment, into gratitude, into appreciation, into knowing, into joy. There you go. But that doesn't happen because in our society, we've been taught from a very early age that anger is not okay. Instead of being taught that certain displays of anger, like punching somebody in the face, are not okay, most of us have been given the message that anger itself, the emotion itself, is not okay. So what happens is we feel powerlessness, we're in this horrible place, and we naturally start to rise into anger, but then we squash that anger because it's not okay. We actually do it to ourselves. Boom, squash the anger. So now it's like putting a lid on a pressure cooker, and the pressure will start to build. And as happens, if it continues to build and continues to build, then at the very least, it's going to spring a leak. And this is why, somebody goes and gets drunk, and completely against his character, goes and starts wailing on some guy, gets in a fight. Yeah? Because when you feel powerless, when you feel like you have no control, then taking it out on another person, basically taking control over another person, feels better than where you are. And these kinds of extreme activities don't happen unless that powerlessness has been brewing for a long time and has not been allowed to escape. That pressure has to be allowed to build in order for these kinds of extreme things to happen. But this is why people, commit acts of violence, why they steal from others, why they riot, while they loot, why they kill each other. Basically, when you have a whole segment of society that has been kept in a powerless state for a long time, and that pressure's been cooking, for a long time, what happens is people will take any chance that they get to feel better. So people don't riot and loot because we're fundamentally flawed and we don't want nice things and we will all destroy each other if given half a chance. If given half a chance, we will take any chance that we get to feel better. And when people are in such a low state and such a state of powerlessness for so long, that's when you get this kind of violent outbreak behavior. It's a rebellion against the feeling of powerlessness. And at the heart of that is an inability to get angry, or an unwillingness to get angry. Anger makes a lot of people really uncomfortable. We don't like it when somebody gets angry. And so we send the message very, very quickly that, well, you should not be angry. and we teach it to children that are very, very young, and we incarcerate people who have shown anger, and we give them no counseling or any way to express that anger. We don't teach people to express anger in a safe way. But that's the thing. Anger does not have to be expressed in a way that, involves shouting at other people or smacking them in the face or hurting them in some other way. You can express anger in a safe way and actually in a deliberate way. So if there's a situation that has made you feel powerless or depressed, like you're trapped, like you have no control over something, all of these are different forms of powerlessness, then the way to get out of that is to be angry. And you can get angry in a safe environment. Something that I coach my clients to do is to punch the couch. Now, yeah, seriously, you can punch the couch because you can't hurt the couch and you can't hurt yourself. And your couch can really take a beating. So you might be surprised at how much rage comes up when you finally open the door to let it out. A lot of people, never allow themselves to get angry. I've coached people into anger that have not allowed themselves to get truly angry in years, and it's amazing what comes out, and the healing that happens when you finally allow that kind of anger to come out is absolutely phenomenal. People, have life-changing experiences by allowing anger to finally come out. Now, as I said, you will very naturally tend towards anger if you don't squash it. So if you pay attention to how you feel, if you pay attention to your emotions, and you're in a situation that makes you feel trapped or out of control or powerless in some way, you're very naturally going to move into anger. And if you don't squash it, and you don't have a lot of pent-up anger to, from the past to let go, you will find that you'll move through anger very, very quickly. We were never meant to spend a lot of time in powerlessness, and we were certainly never meant to get stuck in an angry phase. Anger does not have to be this horrible display. You may find that if you don't have a lot of pent-up rage in you anymore and you allow things to happen naturally, that you'll feel powerless, you'll move into anger, you'll spend seconds or minutes there, and whoosh, go into frustration and up the vibrational scale. And you'll feel a lot better in minutes. But it's the squashing of the anger that causes all the problems. So allow yourself to feel anger. Express it constructively, express it safely, punch the couch, scream at the walls, write an angry letter that you're never going to send. Do whatever you need to do in a safe, constructive way, but allow yourself to feel that anger, and you will be amazed. You'll be absolutely amazed at how healing and cleansing that release will be. So, I really hope that you enjoyed this video and that you found it to be helpful. If you did, please leave me a comment, and please share the video if you can. I would really appreciate that. If you'd like more Law of Attraction resources like videos, audios, blog posts, articles, then come and join me at deliberatereceiving.com. In any case, huge, happy, shiny puppy hugs to everyone, and thank you guys for watching.